Welcome to Medical Mondays. I'm Matthew Bulow, aviation attorney over at Ramos Law. Each week, we're going to be breaking down FAA medical guidelines so pilots know exactly what to expect and how to protect their medical certificate. Welcome to another edition of Medical Mondays. This one, we're talking about blood pressure and hypertension. Are you worried that your blood pressure might prevent you from getting your medical certificate? Well, let's talk about how the FAA addresses high blood pressure. First, you'll be evaluated by your AME, who's going to take a blood pressure reading. If your blood pressure does not exceed 155 systolic and 95 diastolic, 155 over 95, and you have not used any antihypertensive medication in the past 30 days, then you're good to go. You can expect a medical to be issued by your AME if you're otherwise qualified. Even if your blood pressure is elevated at your exam, your AME still has several options to get that medical in your pocket. They can simply recheck your blood pressure, and if the second attempt meets criteria, they can issue and simply note that in block 60. They can also choose to have you return to get readings on 3 separate days over the next week. If your blood pressure is within limits on those readings, then your AME may issue and also note that in block 60. Finally, your AME can choose to send you back to your treating physician for reevaluation. At that point, you would essentially start over on the hypertension determination sheet. So as long as that is done within the 14-day transition period, your AME can review that and determine whether or not to grant you a medical. If you're treating high blood pressure with acceptable medications, then you may meet criteria for the hypertension CACI. This is the first time we've talked about a CACI. So a CACI stands for Conditions AMEs Can Issue. So if you meet all CACI criteria, then your AME can issue a medical certificate in the office. In the case of hypertension, if you're using 3 or less of the FAA's acceptable medications, which includes alpha blockers, beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, just to name a few, there's plenty more, and you've been stable on that treatment regimen for at least 7 days, you have been without symptoms, and you're not experiencing any adverse side effects from the medications, then your AME can issue a medical certificate. If you're treated with 4 or more medications, your blood pressure is clinically uncontrolled, you use any of the unacceptable medications, you're experiencing adverse side effects, your medical status is unclear, or the FAA has specifically reserved the certification decision, then you'll need to submit all relevant medical documentation for FAA review. The FAA will then review the information and determine whether or not to grant a special issuance for hypertension. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Medical Mondays. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to like and subscribe and leave us a comment down below with any questions or topics you may have. We'll see you next Monday.